Welcome back to Final Fantasy VI.
We did some grinding for some peoples.
Not a ton, but just, we've had a lot of stragglers.
Yeah, Gal was the very worst.
The straggleriest.
Yeah, I want to see if I can get the status. There we go. Yeah, Gal was originally like level 23, and that growth egg helps a lot, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, so got everybody up to like 40 or so, which is still a little below speed.
He had the growth egg too, that's why he's way too high up there.
Considering the enemies right now are around 47 or so. But we're not doing bad.
Yeah, we've been... It's just, it was a little grinding in the Phoenix Cave. I just ground out until like... We started hitting the 40s, and then the XP started to drop off. And then we could just work from there. I need to equip anybody with anything appropriate. Yes, she needs her artifacts back.
What did she have?
She had this and the Hero's Ring.
I'm glad you can remember these. I mean, you're the one playing, so...
I don't know what it is. I have that weird memory where I'll remember specific things, but if you need me to remember citing other words, it's just like, nope, it's not related to anything I care for. Out of my brain.
Okay, so on to the adventures for the day. There is... Of all the things that we can do, we've got most of our team back together, and we've gone through most of our leads, but of the things that have been pointed out to us, we've stopped by the Cultist Tower. We should probably go back and take a look at that.
We probably should. But I hear
Also,
there's a nice beach around here.
Yeah, this is something that I think we would have probably gotten to later, but it's super easy to get now, as I think somebody in the comments even pointed out. So we're going to stop back by. As soon as you get the Falcon and can fly around, you go back to the island that you started on with Sid.
Well, Sid or his body. Depends on how you did.
Yeah. You're welcome.
That's basically Sid for the rest of this
Yeah.
game. That's why it doesn't matter if you win or not. It's like, you want to...
Be nice if he at least like got on your airship with you or something.
Look at that.
Man just ain't washed up.
And now I'm casting a spell.
Quetzale.
Quetzale. Probably should have gotten this way, way earlier.
Yeah, probably as soon as we got the Falcon, which is as early as you can get it.
Yeah.
Because there's not even anything required. You just go get it. Go pick it up.
It gives you Hastaga and Slowaga, which is like, Hastaga is just lovely.
Ooh, and ×2, which is not good, but not bad.
Listen, it's better than ×1.
Yeah. By a factor of 2.
Poor Locke here still has this much of Ultima to go through. So, unless somebody's going to just suddenly drop a, you know what, here's 100 AP. Yes! Why did I waste it when I was already halfway done learning Ultima?
Probably going to get a lot of AP in the Cultist Tower, given that it's largely magic users.
Bird.
What a good bird. Anyway, so that's back here. Now on to our next task, which, again, as I mentioned, there's a couple places we've been told about that we can go to investigate now. And first one we're looking at...
She's gonna have problems, but we'll see.
Yeah, first one we're looking at is the Cultist Tower. So you are advised, because it's largely magic users, you are advised going in here with access to Reflect, Dispel, Shell, and Re-Raise.
That last one will be important at the end.
Well, yeah, Reflect, Dispel, and Shell are kind of obvious for dealing with magic users. Re-Raise we'll get to later.
It's the one in the middle of the serpent's belly, right?
Yes.
Cool.
It's the one the serpent's choking on.
Sure glad no ancient evils attacked us for no reason. Really? It usually gets them to attack.
A quick land before it comes.
Why did you sound like an eagle? You're a skeleton.
We already landed! What are you doing?
I mean, they don't know that. They haven't seen you yet. Which I'm glad is, too, because from what I've heard, he opens up with, like, a level 5 death, and,
Oh, that's cool.
look what realms level is divisible by. Granted, if you bring in Strago, he learns that. Because The level 5 spells were blue magic, and that was always weird. They were always the weird ones. It was just that whole, like... Yeah, but why would you work off the enemy's level? Like, you don't necessarily know
You don't even,
it.
yeah, you don't even know what the enemy's level
Like,
is.
you use Libra, and then it's just like... Then I used level 4 Flare or something. Like, there's... Obviously, there's more of, like, a... Oh, there's, like... You know, if you really, like, work the game like this, you can make it work for you. But it's also like, yeah, but then I can just go... and end the battle faster.
Do Reflect
Treasure.
or Shell carry over between fights?
They do not.
Dang.
The only times they do is if you have a relic specifically on that has them. So I'm gonna start climbing. Did I ever tell you I'm afraid of heights?
I do recall that.
I feel like I brought it up before. I don't know if I said it specifically in a lot of videos, but oh boy, is it there. Speaking of being there, it's a magic urn.
Oh boy.
Oh, do I give it an elixir? Actually, I am curious.
No, but it does let you draw an extra card. Magic Urn has 100 HP.
I'm gonna need you to turn around. I'm very upset with you because I made a Final Fantasy V reference and you went for a Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Look, I have seen people in the Discord talking about Yu-Gi-Oh recently, so that was on the mind.
Yeah, there's that. Anyway, what magic urn do?
100 HP.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of these things.
Gonna be one of them. 5 attack,
Uh-huh.
50 magic,
Uh-huh.
220 defense,
Mm-hmm.
190 magic defense, immune to pretty much every status effect.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
It can use Raise, Arise, Gold Needle, Remedy, Ether, High Potion, Elixir, and Flee. That's like nothing offensive.
Yeah. Do I just, like, give it a potion or something? Just scroll down, because it's gonna have, like, what you do.
Yeah,
in the
it
battle.
cannot harm the party.
Okay.
It heals you.
Hold up.
They will even raise your KO'd party members. Then use healing items on them. And potentially flee. I think this is just a gimme.
No, scroll up back real quick. No, back up to the stats.
I think this is just kind of a gimme fight. You get
What
these
is it?
and you're like, oh, holy crap, I have a rest.
No, what's the AP at? Does it say...
Oh, AP?
Yeah. Gives you... Doesn't say on AP, does
Yeah,
it?
it doesn't say.
It's got like a 10,000 MP. Should be next to experience.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be right over there. Nope, doesn't say.
So, like, do I...
Oh, you get 5.
Oh, 5 AP. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like, do I give it anything? Would it...
No?
No, oh, it's strategy. Players like you. Okay. Non-elemental spells such as Ultima. Oh, okay, yeah. Or have Umaru present. Yeah. So you basically just can't kill them unless you have a non-elemental stuff.
You can probably stab them.
So yeah, they're just basically just gonna do this.
Yeah, they're helpful, if anything.
And then they just run
And
away.
then run away every now and eventually.
What do they have? Do they have a rage? I think they have a rage.
The rage you learn from them is Curaga.
Wow. Oh, also notice our attack ability's been taken out of the list.
Ah.
Along with our other abilities,
Oh,
too.
that's right, because you can't use physical attacks in the tower. It's only magic.
Oh, and we get the AP anyway.
Cool.
Neat. Yes, Realm, you just learned Cure.
Okay, so what was that? Magic Urn. Magic Urn. Magic Urn.
What does a magic earn? I don't know, but it's gotta be more than me.
$2.50 an hour.
Yeah, let's slap that on you, because everyone else has got some other things to work on. How much more? Oh, you're almost at re-raise. Erase. Re-rizzle. Re-rizzle my nizzle.
I was waiting for it.
This is like, ugh. He does have to remind the audience that he's super white. I am super white. Even though I bronze really well, I am super white. My dog. Sorry, my Doge. The Homestar Runner version. We didn't do anything else. I found the door. I'm gonna go in the door.
Please do. There's some goodies up the tower, otherwise you're mostly just climbing a staircase.
Sweet! A safety bit. A tiny sphere that orbits its owner's head prevents petrification, zombie, and instant death magic. Yay! Wait. Oh, hold up. No, is that... Look at the name and the description. Is that a reference to like a 2D shooter? It's called a bit, and it orbits around your head. It's a tiny sphere.
Safety bit.
Is that... That's R-Type, right?
Yeah, that's like a friggin' R-Type.
Yeah. Wow. I did not expect to honestly get an R-Type Like, I guess, like, programmers don't hate each other.
Yeah.
In their games. They'll make references to it. I just did not expect an R-Type reference in a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, really? You don't give me, like, its own page or anything? Oh, nope, there it is. Apparently it's a recurring accessory.
Really?
It has been in more than one game, though this is the first.
Does anyone specifically tell you you can only use magic in here?
I think somebody did.
I think one of those bandits did. Ooh, level 30 magic.
Oh boy. Level 30 magics have 3,000 HP, 10 attack, 20 magic, 200 defense, 140 magic defense.
I'm gonna fart on them.
Weak to poison.
Oh, sweet! I did the right thing by farting on them.
They will use Fyra, Blizzara, Thundara, Imp, Osmos, and Reflect.
Yeah, they just did Osmos. So. Though, just gonna throw us out here. This is a magic tower. It's probably good to Osmos them back.
There's our Reflect.
Yeah, but they're reflecting off of Realm too, so...
Get reflected!
There's that Reflect.
Do any of these guys
Did that
show
just
up on
skip
the
the
belt?
animation? Oh, that's because they're bioed. Oh!
These guys, none of the enemies except the magic urn show up in the Velt.
Well, it's probably because you can't kill the magic urns unless you really have.
No, I mean the magic urn will show up on the Velt.
Oh.
None of these guys do.
Oh, okay. That's probably a reason for that. I forgot. If they cast Reflect, we have 2 people that have Reflect in our party.
Mm-hmm.
We can just cast spells on them and reflect it off on... No, that will reflect it back. Damn. Oh, I thought I was being smart for a second, but I was being stupid. Ugh.
Have to wait for them to cast a spell on you.
Yeah, that's going to be the hard part.
So I was looking at that safety bit. I didn't even see anything in the...
Does it not say, like, trivia at the bottom?
Yeah, I didn't even see anything under trivia for it.
It's like, you can't lie to me. That's just 100%. There's one thing I need to tell you at some point.
Mostly just says, hey, in Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, there was an accessory you could equip that was effectively the equivalent of the safety bit, called the safety ring.
Ah.
There's your trivia.
Yeah, but they specifically call it a bit.
Not that it's a friggin' R-type bit.
Level 50 magic.
Oh boy.
Oh, he looks... Oh.
Level 50 magics. They have 5,000 HP, 10 attack, 18 magic, 200 defense, 130 magic defense, weak to fire and holy. They will use...
Did he just slow himself?
Poison, Bio, Death, Asuna, Dispel, Berserk, Slow, and Hastiga.
Okay, but he slowed himself.
Maybe he tried to slow one of you and it reflected off of you.
Well, no, see, the thing is he cast poison on... He cast poison on Terra, and it reflected off, and healed him. And then he just randomly cast slow on himself for some reason.
Yeah, because he absorbs instant death.
No, well, poison's not instant death, it's poison.
Yeah, so why did it heal him?
It's probably just absorbs it. Ooh, a Genji shield.
Does he have, like,
An ancient shield from a
naturally have
foreign
a
land.
status effect on him? It doesn't say if he does.
Oh boy,
Genji shield's a good shield.
that's a lot. It's like, man, that's a lot of goodness. What do you got equipped
Okay,
here?
he is considered undead, so that may be part of it.
That's probably part of it. Not that Genji shield. That Genji shield. That Genji shield. That Genji shield. There's your remix. That Genji shield. That Genji shield. That what? That Genji shield. Oh, God, he has to remind people he's white for some reason.
Oh, there we are. Type undead. Doesn't have a natural status effect.
Okay, I've always been curious. Oh, 40. Level
Ooh.
40 and 60 magic.
Okay, so the level 40 has 4,000 HP, 10 attack, 19 magic, 200 defense, 135 magic defense, weak to lightning. They will use Drain, Break, Vanish, Silence, and Sleep. And then the 60. 60, it has...
Get silenced, sucker!
The level 60 has
Okay,
6,000
so he did
HP.
cast slow. It's just that I didn't see it reflect off of him.
Has 6,000 HP, 10 attack, 17 magic, 200 defense, 125 magic defense, weak to fire. They will use Quake, Tornado, Holy, Osmos, Sloga, and Regen.
I just want to tell you that for future playthroughs, if I can get multiple relics that have that reflect thing on here, I'm just going to use that for this entire tower, because that sucker just casted Sloga, and it reflected right back onto him. That's problematic.
Yeah, that's a little trouble. Ooh, that's a lot of trouble.
Well, I can finally show off a rise.
Meteor to the face, you say?
I can show off a rise next time. Sadly, that's 6 points that Locke's lost out on for Ultima, but hey, we're getting somewhere. Listen, I'm just glad they mostly survived Quake.
Yeah, Quake, Tornado, Holy. That level 60 one has like all the ancient magic.
Is there like a Is it what's he weak to specifically? The 60.
The 60 fire.
Ah, so I did drop
Like most
a fireball on
things.
him correctly. Like, yeah, everybody's weak to fire, Robin. No, okay. I was gonna ask.
So the 50 mostly deals with status effects. The 60 does ancient magic. And the 40 does also mostly status effects, but like more status effecty status effects.
More status effects.
Like the 51 has like poison and bio and berserk and slow. Whereas the 41 has like break and silence and sleep.
Well, okay, no, the thing I was going to ask you was for the levels. Are the levels referring to the levels of the tower, or is it just that's that level of magic you're dealing with?
I think it's that level of magic they're dealing with, because that's not the level of the enemy, it's not the level of the tower. I'm guessing just within the canon of the Cultists' tower, these are the mages that have reached to level 50 of the cult.
Where did this tower come from?
Cultists built it. Because they really like Kefka.
No, whatever. It's more...
Far as I know, that's it.
Yeah. I see another door. Is it going to be more treasure?
Wait. Do you have anything
Is it fire time?
holy?
Holy? My dude, no. I don't think we have anything that's holy based. Oh, for good.
So you get an autosave because you went in the door. Also, if you want to open that chest.
Kagi Nui?
That's for Shadow.
Nui? Wait, how's the I pronounced? It's like an E.
Kage Nui.
Kage Nui. A ninja sword that may cast stop upon striking an enemy, with a lot of attack to it. Hey, only Shadow can equip it. I didn't know that. Alright, I'm gonna double check real quick. It's a gray. Yep, there's silence. It's an early spell, so most people have it by now.
I wonder if Holy can be reflected.
It's a spell, right? It should be reflectable.
It's vulnerable to Runic. That's a cool-looking dragon, though. Down I go. So, the Holy Dragon. He has 18,500 HP.
And now he's silenced.
13 attack, 9 magic, 110 defense, 150 magic defense. Immune to most status effects, but not silence. Literally, all this bad boy can do is Holy. That's it.
I'm trying to remember if he's, like, the weakest of the bunch. Oh, you can bio him.
I mean, if you couldn't silence him, he'd be...
You know what? I know it's a boss. Shits and giggles.
He is immune to poison.
Dang. Well, then why did bio work on him?
I don't know, bio's not poison.
I say to you.
It is immune to poison, confuse, sap, sleep, whatever fractional damage is.
Gravity.
Oh yeah, that kind of attack. He can also use Dispel.
Well, you know, you need magic for that.
That's it though. Holy is pretty much it. Holy and Dispel. He only uses Dispel under certain circumstances. I think it's when you buff yourself.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I appreciate when a game...
Yeah. If you cast Reflect on yourself, he casts Dispel to get rid of it.
Oh, and because our artifacts are popping off on it, he's like, what? I appreciate a game that's willing to go out like, oh, this sucker's gonna just cast the most bitchin' ass magic ever, but he's also weak to silence, so, you know, whoop, shut his mouth up. Obtained a Holy Lance. Jesus, no! Jesus, yes! Says the Roman soldier.
Oh, that
4 dragons remaining.
That reminds me of,
Persona 3? You should do Persona 3 again. Comments, ask him to do Persona 3 again when it gets that re-release.
Again, no, thank you, I'm good.
Come on, it's totally getting a remake, Naka. You need to do it again.
Yeah, let's just pump out another 200 videos.
Okay,
on
fine.
the same game.
Okay, fine. You should totally do Persona 5 Royal. Out the window I go.
What was I even gonna... No,
it
reminds me of, what's that one boss in Binding Coil that can be silenced? It's like the second boss at T1 or something.
The snake?
No, it's like this. It's like the Sentry.
Orb?
Yeah.
Oh, the CPU or whatever that's called. The ADS, the auto defense system.
I think it's earlier than that because that's the one where you had to like fight all the mini bosses going to it, and then nobody actually does that anymore. We just wait for it to enrage and then burn it. Not that one.
Yeah, that's the second turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also it's like ADS the fight and everything. It's like you fight a bunch of them and like which ones you pick are the abilities that get added to the one at the very end.
Yeah. No, it's part of T1. It may be what you said.
Yeah.
The ADS. But dude can be silenced. And that's the overarching strategy is to silence him. And I remember I had my timing down so good that I could solo silence that son of a gun as Monk.
Oh yeah, we call those interrupts now.
Yeah, they don't have that anymore. That crap doesn't
No.
exist anymore.
No, you
well,
do.
not in the same vein that it
Well,
did
not in the
before.
same vein. Like, they gave it to the tanks, but it's like, the tanks in the range, but it's also like, why not give it to the melee? That'd be fun. The melee interrupt too. Granted, that's also the fact that it's like the same thing of like everyone goes like, it's casting something! 5 people use their interrupts and they don't have it again for the next one. But it's like, raid coordination's different. Anyway, we got
And
the whole...
And I remember fighting that guy, and like, because I was a monk, I was in charge of helping silence it. I think we also had a paladin. And I don't think the paladin was ever in a good spot to silence it, but I got my rotation down and paid attention to it that I could just solo silence the whole thing. And while we're fighting this thing, the other people in the party go, oh man, we got one of them good monks. And that moment will stay with me for a while.
I did a bunch of... Because the Mog Tome event happened, it's already over by the time this one, between the patches and everything. And I did a bunch of, like, Castrum Praetorium runs, because those are just the ones I'm comfortable to get the tomestones from. There's other ones you can get. And I did them on White Mage, and, like, people were, like, talking... Like, they were watching the cutscenes, but I guess they were talking in between to go, I was like, oh man, we got one of them white mages with them thick legs or something like that. And I'm like, oh, it's like thick arms and everything like that. And they meant more like muscular, not like oh, them is thick legs with the 3 C's at the end. It's like, no, that's a tree trunk motherfucker there. And it was like, I mean...
Got one of those white mages that goes up and goes, be healed.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm not creeped out. I kind of find it funny. I'm not going to say stuff because I'm just here to get the running done and everything. But it's also like, this is one of those weird moments that you have in a game where you go like, I appreciate you people. I just don't want to necessarily interact with you all the time.
It's always the little things.
Yeah, that's the
It's like you just do something kind of alright, and then somebody goes, oh, you're good.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, thank you. That made my day.
Granted, I try my best to make sure nobody dies, so,
Like, I don't want to talk to you at length, but thank you. That made my day.
Oh, this is... Yeah.
It's a big old tower. It's a big old tower.
Did they, like, lock the dragon in the door, or...
Maybe it's just
Level
chilling.
80 magic.
Oh boy.
Oh, but they thefty.
Level 80 magic. If you can guess your HP, their HP, given the pattern that's been shown to us thus far, they have 8,000 HP. 10 attack, 15 magic, 200 defense, 115 magic defense, weak to poison.
Why are they casting beneficial magic on us?
They can cast Cura, Asuna, Haste, Firaga, Blizzaga, Fundaga, Bio, Poison, Curaga, Cure, Re-Raise, Stop, Dispel, Holy. So they're just very confused, I think.
I mean, they're doing a good job because they're hitting the people who have, like, the Reflect and getting the statuses from that, but it's also like, yeah, but why, though? Wait, are they weak to death? Or do they...
Oh, when the party has Reflect on, they'll cast the cures on the party.
Yeah, because they're getting it back onto them.
Yeah.
Are they weak to death at all?
Probably. They're not immune to it.
They're not immune to it? Alright.
They're not weak to it, but they're not immune to it.
If it's going to be one of those things where it's like, they just keep seeing like, oh, they got Reflect on, I'll get all the good things. They just cast Re-Raise on somebody who does not have Reflect on them.
I think they just check, like, oh, one of you has Re-Raise. So we're gonna start doing this.
But I'm sexy! Yeah, but you're also dead now,
The funny thing of note is if one of them has Reflect on, they'll start casting high-level magic on themselves.
Yeah, to reflect it back onto the party.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. I think the thing is because we have artifacts equipped, they're stuck in a loop now.
Yeah,
So
they're just
it's
a little...
like they immediately become useless in battle. It's like normally they're like, oh, we'll cast Reflect on ourselves and then boom, boom, boom back on you. But it's like, we got 2 people with Reflect. I can cure myself. cure, 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 haste, 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 Asuna, 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 and we just walk up and go like, death?
Yeah, you're hitting the folks that don't have reflect on.
Yeah, they literally cast Re-Raise on Locke, and he doesn't have reflect on at all. Son of a...
Is there even a boss fight in here? Yeah, there is.
Yes, there is. Hey, another door. What dragon's in here? Shinron! Ooh, Force Armor. We get it, Square Enix, you like Star Wars. Armor that halves damage from multiple elements. Naka. Look at the defense. Nice. Wow, that's not a surprising amount of people who can wear this. Also, I like the fact they put Celeste as like your first character.
I mean, she's the main character of... She is officially the main character once you get the World of Ruin.
Alright, who would benefit the most from this armor?
Like, we kind of danced around in the World of Balance, but, like, World of Ruin, it's straight up Celeste.
Nope. It's gonna be Terra's thing, ain't it? Looking like a Terra thing. Yeah, because she can't equip it at all. She's down at the suits, everything. She's a little kid. Don't put a little kid in armor. This doesn't fit. It works for the Lalafels. It should work for you.
Clonk, clonk, clonk,
Clonk, clonk, clonk, clonk. Yeah, she goes down to magic, but she gets all of them boosts, so... Also, the elemental thing. I'm just gonna put that on her. It's gonna be impossible to kill Terra. Death. Son of a... Why do I say words? Besides the fact I'm supposed to say one's traumatized.
You know how many different enemies are in this tower and you got into the same fight twice?
Listen, Ultima can't melt steel beams. Yeah, it doesn't melt them, it destroys them.
Oh, hey, look where we are.
Yeah, let's go down real quick.